The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything, even to...
But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
I hope that your search will prove successful and bring Sarah back to us soon.
I'll be leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know.
Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough, the woman with two faces.
Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
Bueno, muy buenas a todos, chicos y chicas, y bienvenidos a mi canal. Soy Blanca y aquí os traigo el 8º capítulo, si no me equivoco, de The Council. Y bueno, como nada más a empezar, vamos, darle a el cónclave, te salta la cinemática, pues no podía saludar. Y la verdad, ahora me pilla un poco como a traspiés. Pero bueno, como os decía, muy buenos a todos. Y me encantan esos momentos de cinemática al principio de los capítulos en el que hacemos una especie de repaso de la situación un poco diferente, desde las voces de los distintos personajes y aprendiendo a conocerlos un poquito más en profundidad. La verdad, no sé a vosotros qué os parece, pero para mí es una idea que es muy interesante. Es como un recap, pero diferente a otras cosas que hemos visto, ¿no? Bueno, como sabéis, nos tenemos que equipar los manuscritos como siempre, que yo voy a coger estos 3 y quería revisar los talentos para saber de quién teníamos ya todo, de Emily, de Lord Mortimer y de Perú. Vale. Volvemos a los manuscritos e iniciamos. Ay, ¿qué he hecho? He quitado 1, perdonadme. Están puestos, ¿no? 3, vale. Que le he dado sin querer al botón que no era.
Don't move.
Wait, I don't...
So you've come at last.
Easy. Let me turn around. Oh my God, Mother, what has happened to you?
Who are you?
What? But, Mother!
Who are you?
It's me, Louis, your son.
No, you lie. You won't catch me out like that. Louis isn't here. He obeys his mother. He would never have come here.
Mother, I don't know what you've been through, but lower your arm, please.
You think I was born yesterday, do you? But it won't work.
I'm begging you.
One day you will fall.
Mother!
Why are you here?
Remember, Al-Azif?
I was sure.
Where's the book, Mother?
So that's what you want? Well, you will never find it. Emily died for that.
What's got into her?
You are evil incarnate. Every word that comes out of your mouth is sharper than a razor blade.
I don't wish you any harm. Really, Mother. It's me, Louis.
Don't speak to me about him. You will never get him.
Mother, stop torturing yourself. It really is me, Louis. How can I convince you?
If you really are who you say you are, what was the saying I taught you?
You've been telling it to me since I was 3 years old, Mother. How could I ever forget it?
Pues díselo.
Always keep your mind rational.
Y la mente abierta. Creo que me daban puntos extra por usar manipulación, así que...
And open.
You knew it.
De los talentos.
You are smart. You're getting me muddled up. Tell me, rather, whose place were we at when I told you I was coming here?
Mother, I really am your son. You can't trick me. We were in Paris. We were investigating an art dealer.
His name?
Von Borchert.
I just told you can't trick me. His name was Von Borchert.
My God, everything is lost then. I refuse to believe it's really you, Louis. Otherwise, all this would be for nothing.
Mother, I don't know what happened to you, but don't worry. everything's going to be fine. I'm here for you and...
No! I ordered you not to come with me.
I received a letter and Lord Mortimer informed me of your disappearance. So I took the...
No! 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 It's not true. It's a nightmare. Don't tell me that. Have you spoken to him?
Oh, shit. She's completely panicked because I spoke to Mortimer. It seems she's afraid of what he might have said to me about her.
Did he speak to you?
Hay que recordar que hay que reconfortarla, ¿vale? Tienes miedo de que me pueda haber dicho.
Mother, I don't know what you're imagining, but don't worry. Everything will be all right. If you're worried about what I might think about Elizabeth Adams, honestly...
Oh, Louis! Elizabeth is the last of my worries right now. I did what I could for her, but it was too late.
Very well. Rational and open, Louis.
Since you arrived on the island, has anything strange happened to you?
Depends on what you mean by strange.
A ver, yo creo que tener visiones no creo que la reconfortase demasiado. El estudio secreto de Mortimer no lo creo tampoco. Acaba de decir que Elizabeth no le importa mucho, así que...
Do you want to tell me about your
Es que está darle
relationship with
importancia a lo
Elizabeth
que a ella
Adams?
más le
Louis,
interesa.
I don't know what you found out, but just know that I did everything I could to help her.
Te creo.
I'm sure you did, Mother. I'm not judging you.
You know, what she had to put up with was slowly gnawing away at her. Now shut up and listen to me. We might still have a chance. Something of utmost importance is going to play out right here.
What are you talking about?
A conference, Louis. I should think all Mortimer's guests have arrived by now, haven't they?
Yes, they have. Since this morning.
Perfect. The conference will be able to begin.
Creo que me pone...
Indeed. It shouldn't be long and...
Let me finish. We haven't time. You will attend this conference, and you must find out what Mortimer is up to. Don't trust him, Louis. Understood?
Sabrá ella...
Louis, I made a mistake by coming here. We are in the lion's den.
What do you mean?
Mortimer, Holm, their guests. Watch what happens. Do you think it's normal that the representatives of the most powerful nations are here all on their own without anyone else? On an island in the middle of nowhere in total secrecy?
No, not really, but...
Louis! They shape the world. They manipulate us. Everything is decided here and now. They create and break states, provoke wars, destitute governments, or decide who will be their leaders. Open your eyes!
Mother, calm yourself, please.
Nothing is impossible for them. They are capable of reaching everyone, wherever they may be. Through high society banquets, they model the future of us all, and it isn't at all an issue for them.
And? What do you propose?
It's time to act, my son. You will go to this conference, and from the inside, you'll do everything you can to prevent Mortimer's plan from going ahead smoothly. We can talk later. I'll explain everything.
But why?
Do as I say, Louis. It's of the utmost importance. Beware of Mortimer. He won't let anything stand in his way.
You promised me that after...
Yes, after. Go now.
Yes, Mother, I'm going. One more thing, Mother. Emily Hillsborough, Emma's sister, came to this island looking for her sister. She probably won't hesitate to take revenge and...
It's the signal that the conference is starting, Louis. Don't be concerned about the Duchess. She's the last of our worries.
Intenso. Ha sido intensa la charla. En fin. Se supone que tenemos que ir para allá, pero bueno, yo voy a dar un rodeillo. A ver si encontramos algo por aquí. Mira, justo por ahí no podemos entrar. Ah, justo Agua del Carmen. Es esta, ¿no? Agua del Carmen. No sé. Ahora mismo dudo de qué es cada cosa. Estoy haciendo un repaso porque como van apareciendo cosillas nuevas o cosas que no he podido recolectar antes, digo, aprovecho que como he gastado algún que otro recurso, pues... Este ya lo vimos. Bien, elixir dorado. Vale, no parece que haya nada más por aquí.
Monsieur de Richet, you're the only one missing at the conference. Please join the guests.
He oído por ahí algo. Que como reaparecen nuevas moneditas, conviene estar muy atento. Mirad, ¿ves? Esto es para volver a salir. No ya nada, pues sigamos. Mira, a ver, se queda por si acaso hay algo que podamos recolectar. Nada tampoco, ¿no? A ver, ojo, y creo que ahora mismo ya tenemos todos a 5, ¿no? Sí. Perfecto. A ver, que mire un momento aquí. Talentos. ¿Veis? Esto es lo que os decía. Que si utilizo 10 veces la habilidad de manipulación y 10 veces la de engaño, me dan puntos. Bueno, tenemos claro lo que nos ha dicho nuestra madre, ¿no? Hay que oponerse a lo que diga Mortimer y jorobarle los planes. Y eso vamos a hacer. Es que el personaje de Mortimer me cae muy gordo. O sea, esa doble moral que tiene no me gusta nada. Porque eso es lo peor. Que no sabes por dónde cogerlo. Vale, esto es
Amber crystals.
Perfecto. Ahí tenemos una monedita. Primero voy a ignorar a los personajes, ¿vale? Y voy a ir abriendo las cosillas.
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol water.
El agua. Usamos la llave izquierda. Vale, y vamos a esperar a ver si encontramos la llave. Y si no la encontrásemos, pues bueno, pues ya utilizaría...
A Greek drachma. One of the rare ancient coins to be mentioned both in the Bible and in the Quran.
No, if you are serious about it, I shall consider that absolutely so.
Vale, ahora mismo de abrojo estamos a tope y creo que hemos vuelto al principio. Vamos a mirar también en esta zona de aquí. Aquí hay algo, pero como lo tengo todo lleno, pues... Espera. He visto algo brillando. Mi imaginación solamente. Esto que lo mismo, como estoy a tope, pues nada. Y por aquí, por esta cosa del centro, que es, bueno, veis pedazo de mapa, ¿no? Vale, pues yo voy a empezar hablando con Perú, si os parece. Vamos a ver de Perú qué tenemos. Aquí, Jax Perú. Lo tenemos todo. Vale, tenemos que usar protocolo y psicología.
I don't know if you ever found what you were looking for in the garden, but Mortimer is waiting for you. I suggest you get a move on.
You say it as if you were afraid of him.
Psicología.
I sense that you have things you'd like to say, but something's holding you back. What is going on between you two?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I believed in him. I followed him to the best of my ability. I championed his ideas, defended his decisions, and then, without even realizing it, I became lost. The siren's song, Monsieur de Richet. You wake up one morning, not knowing where you are, and you think about everything you've done for a man who wasn't even worth it. For a man who has no respect for you, who uses you, and who drops you as soon as he no longer needs you. For me, it's too late now. But you still have a choice. Don't respond to his call, sir.
Muy interesante. Vale, ahora vamos a hablar con Volner y con Godoy.
Good evening, gentlemen. Are we ready? The much-awaited conference is about to begin?
That is what we have all been waiting for.
I believe that Lord Mortimer wishes to speak to you before it begins. You should go and see him.
Are you quite sure, sir? Is there not a little mistake?
Vale, vamos con Emily Biaggi Holm.
My son, glad you're here. It seems Lord Mortimer's been waiting for you to arrive before beginning. What a pity your mother isn't here for the conference. I hope I'll be able to see her before I leave. I still have a very important letter to give to her.
Feeling all right, Louis? You look like you're miles away.
Everything's fine. Don't worry.
Lord Mortimer wants to talk to you, Louis. Don't make him wait.
Indeed, I rather believe he did. I had some.
Vale, creo que solo nos quedan ellos dos, ¿no? Sí.
Ah, Louis, I've been expecting you. Thank you for joining us. We are about to begin our conference. Let me explain what is at stake.
Thank you kindly, but what do you expect of me exactly? My mother's the one who's supposed to attend, not me.
That is indeed what was initially intended. Unfortunately, she still hasn't been found, and my guests can't stay here indefinitely. The conference must begin, and it would be truly beneficial to the Order to join in the project. Consequently, I would like you to replace her during her absence. What is at stake here is of the utmost importance.
It's important that the French Order gets their say. And should you need any advice, don't worry, you are not alone, Louis.
Very well.
¿En qué consiste?
Can you give me a brief explanation of the aim of it all?
Of course, Louis, I was coming to that. The aim of these meetings is to bring together the most influential people in order to think together about the future.
But the future of who?
Of the world, Louis.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
Vale, ¿cómo funciona?
In concrete terms, how do you organize your discussions?
A conference is always organized the same way. There are two masters of ceremony who determine an important subject.
You and Sir Gregory, I presume.
Exactly. We shall be the masters of ceremony. It was our obligation to each bring to the table several guests in order to debate a subject. Once the debate is closed, a decision will be made by a vote of all the participants.
By a unanimous vote. If the project is not agreed on by all, then it will be rejected.
And neither of the two masters of ceremony have the right to vote.
It's up to the guests alone to decide, Louis. In other words, us.
Gregory and myself are merely the go-betweens. Finally, if the project is validated, each guest goes home and starts working to make it happen.
It can take years.
Más preguntas. ¿Hace mucho que existe la conferencia?
How long have you been active?
Oh, this tradition has more or less always existed, Louis. It has continued from generation to generation.
¿Os reunís a menudo?
Do you often hold this kind of society dinner?
In general, once a year, but in actual fact it tends to be events that dictate our gatherings.
¿Qué decisiones importantes han logrado?
Can you give me an example of an event that was decided here before being implemented in the outside world?
Well, take the French Revolution. It was decided right here 2 years before its implementation in France.
Concerning the case of the French Revolution, I wasn't invited. But as far as the American Revolution is concerned, Louis, I can testify that we planned it 5 years before implementing it, for example.
O sea, son 5 años lo que han estado trabajando después de eso, ¿vale? No me tengo más preguntas.
Louis, let me keep you a moment. I would like to let you in on a secret before we begin, because I'm going to need your assistance. You see, the project I'm going to present concerns the territory of Louisiana in North America. It's currently Spanish territory, and I'm going to make the proposition to the Assembly for it to become French.
Continúe.
My idea is to increase the territory of the United States. The first stone of this vast project consists of getting Spain to cede Louisiana to France. Once it becomes French, France will hand it over to the United States, which will then allow them to double the size of their territory. And that's where you come in. France and the United States, hand in hand, 2 democracies illuminating the world.
¿Hasta dónde va su proyecto? ¿Qué envergadura tiene su proyecto?
But why spread it over 2 phases? Why not announce the overall project immediately?
Unfortunately, if Spain were to hear that the intention of all this is to allow the United States to grow, they would never sign. Manuel Godoy is perfectly aware of President Washington's appetite. If the United States took Louisiana, Godoy would know full well that he will have lost the entire North American continent. Things must take place in several stages. Otherwise, the change will be too brutal, and he will have no choice but to reject the project. Take a look at them. Apart from President Washington, they all belong to monarchies. Do you really think they won't resist? Of course they'll fight, fearful as they are of losing their precious privileges. But the world needs visionaries, like you, like your mother. It's a pity Sarah isn't here to see it. She only knew about a tiny part of the project. I hope I can count on you, Louis. It's time to start now. I must ask you to keep it to yourself for the time being. Take a seat, follow the discussions. We'll have an opportunity to catch up later, and you'll be able to let me know your thoughts.
Pero veis, lo que yo
Blast
decía.
it, Mother. You didn't know about everything. His project is commendable. Why tell me to beware? Could you have gotten it wrong?
O sea, hablamos de que una persona que está diciendo eso, pero luego él se beneficia de la venta de esclavos
My
por más de
friends, I propose we
miles al
get
año.
started.
O sea, ¿cómo se puede ser tan falso? O sea, oh sí, la democracia, pero oh sí, la esclavitud. A ver, las dos cosas no son
First of all,
compatibles.
I would like to thank you for taking the time to come.
The honor is ours, my lord.
As per our custom, here we are all together to discuss the face of tomorrow's world. Even though there may be certain tensions between our nations, I must ask you to keep an open mind. As Sarah de Richet is unable to be among us, please welcome Louis de Richet, who will represent the Golden Order and will vote on its behalf when the time comes.
Welcome among us, Louis.
Welcome, Monsieur. I
de
hope he'll be more effective than his mother regarding the protection of the King of France. The Order has proved particularly inefficient.
Come, Manuel, you're not going to spoil our visit. The Order's mission was not to protect King Louis XVI, as far as I am aware.
We are talking about a king of divine blood, for goodness sake. It seemed obvious to me he needed protecting. If the Golden Order wants to pride itself on being an influential organization, it should have kept him alive.
Agradecer el recibimiento.
Thank you all. I am honored to be among you today. I will strive to represent the interests of the Order as best I can.
Perhaps we may begin, Lord Mortimer.
Certainly. I have a dream that our nations will continue to support each other, more now than ever before. A dream that, for the sake of common good, we will do what it takes to ensure stability in the modern world. I have a dream that we shall lead by example and ensure that the American territory may remain in peace.
Thank you for the thought, Lord Mortimer, but I don't see where you're leading.
I'm coming to it, Mr. President. I need not remind you that North America is currently divided between the United States on the east coast and Spain, which occupies the remaining 2/3 of the continent. Well, I propose that Spain cede the center of the continent to France, namely all of Louisiana.
Louisiana? But, well, it is not for sale. Lord Mortimer, I sincerely hope I have not come all this way just to hear you ramble on about what Spain should and should not do. When we went to all the trouble of gaining the territory a few years ago, it was not just to lose it today. Have I made myself clear?
What did I tell you, William? You speak of union, and yet here you are, about to tear us apart.
Duke Manuel, I perfectly understand you. But rest assured, you will soon adore my proposition. You shall see.
Well, since you give me the choice, my good fellow, allow me to doubt it. However, I am impatient to hear what Spain could possibly gain from the sale of Louisiana.
I never spoke of a sale, my good fellow.
What? But I do not understand.
There is one more territory left to conquer, if I'm not mistaken, in the northwest. It is, of course, occupied by your notorious Indians, but...
We shall soon be rid of the savages, so that is not the question.
Duke, these savages, as you call them, were there before you. They are on their homeland.
As much as the black people of Africa, Monsieur de Richet. That does not stop your dear France from massacring them and sending them like cattle to Mr. Washington's cotton plantations to provide him with cheap labor. So you keep your morals to yourself, if you please.
Senor, I would not like to be associated with that. The subject of black slaves in the United States of America is a complex subject, which we shall resolve at a future date.
¿Qué tengo de Washington? Protocolo, ¿esa la tengo? Mira, esta inmunidad no lo tengo.
It obviously doesn't stop you from sleeping at night.
Not in the least. Do not imagine I have anything against the American Indians or the blacks. That is not the question. But business is business. It is the natural order of things, Monsieur de Richet. There have always been men who govern other men. That is simply the way it is.
And it might as well be the likes of you who rule. Is that right?
But of course.
Come now, my friends. Let us not digress. Anyway, these primitive people have no souls, Louis. We bring the good word to them in order to save them. You'll see. Colonization brings with it many benefits, too.
Excuse me, if you don't mind, Your Eminence, I shall continue. Duke Manuel, I believe that Spain should cede Louisiana to France free of charge.
This is utterly grotesque, Lord Mortimer. What a strange example you set for your young protégé. Isn't that so, Monsieur de Richet? Do you understand anything of this proposition?
Política. Es de Godoy, ¿no?
We are neighbors, Duke Manuel. Remember, your main rival in Europe is more likely to be England, who is plowing the seas right up your coastline. hand over Louisiana to France and make her a prime ally.
Come, Louis. Spain and Great Britain are already allies and have nothing to gain by breaking their alliance.
Even if I do agree, Duchess, the omnipresence of the English fleet in Atlantic waters does not particularly please me.
I must say, William, I find your project mostly disfavors me. I thought you were my friend.
And I am, Mr. President. That is why I'm doing everything in my power to calm your expansionist fervor. France, in Louisiana, should persuade you not to attempt anything to take the territory by force. Louisiana is a vast wetland where you would needlessly lose most of your troops. It would weaken you and offer certain nations the perfect opportunity to take back your famous United States. I am protecting you from yourself, George. Trust me.
I understand. But with friends like you, sir, I certainly don't need any more enemies. I hope you know what you're doing.
Am I imagining things, or does it look like Washington isn't aware of Mortimer's plan?
Not to put too fine a point on it, Lord Mortimer, but I doubt the Holy See would be in favor of Catholic Louisiana being handed over to secular revolutionaries and king killers.
I should think Monsieur de Richet has an opinion on this subject, does he not?
Your Eminence, have no fear over that. I am sure France will do everything in its power to protect the Christians of Louisiana.
My young friend, how can you come out with such a remark after the discussion we had on the evening of your arrival? If France was so respectful of worship, it would not be bleeding priests as it is doing at this very moment in time. Don't be naive. This is politics. The Holy See must be concerned at seeing such a large territory falling into the hands of the French. Mi auguro che insegnerete l'educazione a questo giovanotto presuntuoso.
Nos está poniendo a parir, vamos, de un guindo.
I hope that you will teach this pretentious young man some manners, Sir Gregory. It looks like I won't be just making friends here.
In any case, my lord, I doubt the English crown will agree.
Ich versichere Ihnen, Emily, ni Preußen wird diese Vereinbarung akzeptieren.
¿Me vas a dejar traducir esto, por favor? Dime que sí.
I assure you, Emily, the Prussian will never accept this agreement. Volner looks like he's set on ruining Mortimer's plan.
Duchess, I am persuaded that we shall find a common ground.
That's enough, William. These are grave times. We don't care about the fate of Louisiana. That worthless expanse of putrid swamps interests no one but yourself.
Speak for yourself, my friend.
Hold on there, Mr. Royal Gigolo. Lower the volume, and let Sir Gregory finish.
Home, Godoy, and now Volner? Mortimer's adversaries are ready to tear each other to pieces, and he takes a malicious pleasure in watching it happen.
How dare you!
Gentlemen, let us try to remain calm.
There you are, William. See where your projects have taken us, as per usual. Chaos! That's enough. I'm tired. We shall continue this discussion tomorrow, but please be aware that your project will never be ratified. Those who are opposed to this project, follow me. Are you coming with us, Monsieur de Richet?
Come, Gregory, I think Louis would rather stay. Wouldn't you, Louis?
Siguiendo mi propia opinión y siguiendo la opinión de nuestra madre, yo me voy a ir a ayudar a Holm.
At the risk of displeasing you, my lord, I'd rather follow Sir Gregory. I don't think this is a place for the order.
Louis? No.
Let him go, Mr. President. Everyone is free to choose.
Me ha encantado lo de Louis. No. El que nos mandó a tomar por saco hace unos capítulos.
How can he be so blind? If he keeps this up, He'll lead our countries to their destruction.
Don't worry, we shall counter him, Sir Gregory.
We have to act immediately.
Calm down, Gregory. We only have to vote against his project, and that's it.
They haven't got a chance. Just one vote will suffice.
True. There is no chance of a unanimous vote. And he knows it. He must be preparing something else. What is he plotting?
Nosotros lo sabemos.
I know about his plan.
What did you just say, Louis?
His aim is for the United States to take the whole of the North American continent.
But that is impossible!
A democratic superpower.
I don't understand. That has nothing to do with the coming vote.
He will ask for France to take over Louisiana, and then hand it over to the United States, and so double the size of their territory.
Once that's done, he will just need to push a bit more, and you will lose North America, Duke Manuel.
God's blood! Has he gone mad?
No, Johann. He has always been mad. Louis, I would like to thank you for what you've just revealed. If not for you, I don't know if we'd have been capable of deciphering his plans quickly enough to be able to counter him.
What are we going to do now that we know about it?
Destroy him.
No! We'll beat him at his own game, my friends. His plan begins with Louisiana, which is still yours, Duke Manuel. He will begin with you. Expect to receive an envoy, French most probably. He will try to convince you by every possible means. Whatever he says, whatever he promises, you have just one response. It's war. If war is what you want, war is what you'll get. And on your own territory, in your homes. Enough games. Spain will join the coalition against France and declare war. You too, Duchess Hillsborough. You will speak to the Queen so that Great Britain commits to going to war with France.
What do you expect from the Papal States, Sir Gregory?
What do you think? That they hold a mass? They will go to war, of course. What is it that you didn't understand in what I just told you? We all declare war on France. Militarily, politically, and financially.
And me, Sir Gregory? How can I help?
Louis, you have won my trust. The Order will have to act in France, but even before that, I'm going to need you. Right here and right now. Leave me now. I have to prepare for tomorrow. Let's meet early tomorrow morning for the next phase of the conference, which promises to be most exciting. Louis, I'd like to see you a moment, please. Thank you for siding with me today. I won't forget it. I'm going to need you. Help me counter Mortimer on his own ground. Right here. I'm sure he'll try and win some of you over. He needs our votes. Now, you leave that to me. In the meantime, I must ask you to go and see President Washington and persuade him to trust me and join us.
Soy la persona
Do you
adecuada.
really think that I'll be able to convince him?
Porque Washington
I'm
me
not
odia,
saying
la
it's
verdad.
going to be easy, but I have total faith in you. He likes you, and thus he won't see you coming. You must be careful, though. If he senses that you are trying to manipulate him, he'll dig in his heels. Louis, use every means at your disposal. If Washington drops Mortimer, his defeat will be complete. You should go right away. There's no time to lose. William already has a head start on us.
Very well. I'll go right away.
Intenta convencer a George Washington. Vale, entonces deciros que en este punto todo se disgrega, ¿vale? Entonces lo suyo es aprovechar este momento para explorar, porque si no me equivoco, prácticamente todas las habitaciones de de los personajes van a estar disponibles para explorar, entonces es el mejor momento.
Let me in, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but that's impossible.
¿Qué está pasando
Come
ahí
now.
dentro?
There's nothing secret going on in there. Let me in.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I cannot say, sir. I am to follow Lord Mortimer's instructions.
¿Quién está ahí dentro todavía?
Can you at least tell me who is still in the room? I'm looking for a guest.
Of course, sir. It would seem that only Lord Mortimer and Mr. Napoleon are present. The other guests have gone back to their rooms by another door.
¿Sabe dónde está Washington?
I'm looking for President Washington. Would you know where he is by any chance?
Unfortunately not, sir. All I can say to sir is that the president is no longer in the conference room.
All right. I'll go looking for him myself.
Vale, pues
Thank you.
Have a good evening, sir.
¡Qué oscuro! ¿Cómo se nota que es de noche en el juego? Madre mía. Vale. Como digo, hay que revisarlo absolutamente todo
Chronicles of the Amber
porque
Princess.
aparecen
As I
cosillas
recall,
nuevas, como
Dorfin
monedas
was my
en lugares
favorite
donde antes no había, etcétera, etcétera. Entonces, pues ahora mismo eso es lo que nos va a dar puntos. Quería mirar varias cosillas. Para empezar, nos habían dado un rasgo, que creo que era guardián. Consigues un punto de habilidad en ocultismo, porque has conseguido reconfortar a Sara de Riché. Y luego... creo que era en diario. Sí. Hemos descubierto cosillas de la gente. De Piaggi, ya sabemos que es vulnerable a la manipulación e inmune a la erudición. De Godoy tenemos sus dos inmunidades, que son protocolo y política. Entiendo que lo que nos faltan son las vulnerabilidades. O sea que creo que vamos bastante bien. Hay gente como Sir Gregory Home de la que no sabemos absolutamente nada. Pero bueno, creo que bien. Por un momento me he despistado. Al salir de la otra pantalla ha sido como... Espera, ¿dónde estaba yo? Entonces, como digo, súper importante volver a repasarse todas las habitaciones, todas las estancias, porque este es como el mejor momento para hacerlo. Hay partes en las que no vamos a ver nada nuevo, como en esta. Pero luego hay otras donde sí aparecen. Pues es que está tan oscuro, tío, que no se ve ni para cantar. Joder, no veo nada, tío. No veo nada. Ay, 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 ay. Ahí. ¿Veis lo que digo? Una preciosa monedita a nuestro servicio. Podemos intentar sacarle cosillas al sirviente. Bueno, vamos a usar esto para empezar. Gracias.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service, day and night, sir.
¿Sabe dónde
Would
está
you happen to
Washington?
know where I could find Monsieur Washington?
Sorry, sir, I haven't the foggiest. Perhaps sir ought to try in President Washington's room? What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service, day and night, sir.
As I was unable
Quiero
to
ver
bring my
si tiene
personal
ámbar.
effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
¿Tiene ámbar?
My good fellow, would you have any amber available?
I would, but unfortunately I don't think I am authorized to give it out, sir. I believe it is a precious stone.
Vale, sabemos que el sirviente es vulnerable a la manipulación. Pero quiero ver si es vulnerable a otras cosas para conseguir más rasgos del sirviente, así que... Wow, es que cuesta...
Look, you aren't going to kick up a fuss about a vulgar piece of resin, are you? Don't believe what they say about amber.
Descubrir cosas.
It does nothing to warm up infants' bodies, let alone prevent toothache. And neither does this fossil oleoresin stimulate fertility. You can believe me.
Thank you for educating me. I didn't know. Here you are, sir. Does sir desire anything else?
Pues no, hombre, con lo que hemos gastado a mí me vale, la verdad. Despedirse. Me voy a poner de esto. Eso es. Entonces, vamos al saloncito rojo, por si encontramos a alguien ahí. sea, vamos a ir recorriendo las plantas. Aunque igual primero deberíamos ir... Espérate. Voy a ir primero a las habitaciones y luego ya recorremos las estancias, ¿vale? Porque hay muchas habitaciones en las que no hemos entrado, en las que nos pueden dar llaves y toda la pesca, que luego nos pueden servir en otras zonas. Entonces veo más práctico ir primero a eso. Esta es la de Emily Hillsborough, ¿verdad? Joder, antes lo digo, antes me dejan sin poder entrar. ¿Por qué me haces esto, Emily? Yo te quiero. La verdad es que el personaje de Emily me gusta mucho y si os habéis fijado es la única que consigue mantener la calma.
Hey, Peru's name tag's fallen off, and his door's ajar.
Perú. De Perú creo que tenemos todo absolutamente, o sea que guay.
Dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to... All right. I've retrieved everything.
¿Y por qué sigue? Ha dicho, ya me lo he llevado todo. ¿Y por qué sigue? Mi querida niña Eleonor, esta es nueva. Me gustaría compartir contigo mis pensamientos más tranquilos del momento. No hace falta que te diga lo mucho que te echo de menos y cuánto me arrepiento de haberme separado de ti. Pero sé que serás virtuosa y valiente y que estarás a salvo con tu hermana, Marie-Hélène. Nunca podré enmendar mis errores, pero ahora sé cómo mantenerme a salvo de sus consecuencias de una vez por todas. Ten siempre presente mi devoción y mi cariño paternales. Nunca dudes de ellos, pase lo que pase. Debes saber que todo saldrá bien al final. Me aseguraré de protegerte, cueste lo que cueste, así que mantén la confianza y la serenidad en tiempos de dificultades. Con todo mi amor, tu orgulloso padre. ¿Eso suena a que se va a quitar la vida o va a hacer algo de ese palo, no? Vamos, al menos así es como me ha sonado. Perú. Wow, es que está todo por el suelo. Vamos a ver si hay algo en la habitación.
Amber crystals.
Perfecto. Voy a aprovechar y coger todo lo que podamos. No sé por qué, a veces veo brillos por todas partes. En este juego es algo que me pasa muy a menudo. Vale, ahí tenemos a Perú. Antes de hablar con él, dejadme que revise bien el balcón. Aquí podemos entrar. Vale, aquí yo ya no veo nada. Aquí no me deja. Y aquí no me deja. Vale. Pues vamos a hablar con Perú.
Leave me, Dorishe. I don't feel like talking.
Quedarse aquí callado.
Are you gonna keep sticking to me like glue? Hell's bells, I don't deserve this. There's nothing you can do for me.
What's going on? Maybe I can help.
Not anymore, you
Psicología y
can't.
protocolo, ¿vale?
Not
Psicología
against
y
him,
protocolo.
but thanks for the offer.
Who are you talking about?
You know very well.
Lord Mortimer? You talk as if you were in danger, monsieur. Has he threatened you in any way?
I'm done for, Monsieur de Richet. I played with the devil, and I lost.
Hazle hablar, Luis.
Don't you think it would be good for you to shed your burden?
That is my intention.
You're worried. You have a secret. You're afraid of talking about it.
Miedo por otros.
You're protecting someone who's dear to you, and apparently you're prepared to die for that person.
Twice over.
Are you afraid for your daughter?
What are you? Be careful, Dorishe. Be very careful what you're about to say if you don't want to go flying off the balcony! What do you know about her?
Nothing apart from the fact that you love her and you're saying goodbye to her. I read your letter on your desk.
I ought to get rid of you.
Perhaps I can help you.
The hero syndrome. You always think you can fix things. She will be safer far away from me. That's it. What's more, no one must find out where or who she is. Is that clear?
Perfectly. But why say goodbye to her? She must still need you.
The only thing she needs is for him never to find her. Time is short, Louis. Follow my advice. Find your mother if she's still alive, and get out of here. Flee this damned island of doom.
Are we in danger?
You've been in danger since the minute you set foot on this rock. He wants you. He's sizing you up. He is circling around you. It's blindingly obvious, and you, flattered as you are, will soon be running around for him just to keep your place among his precious few. It feels so good to be accepted by him. You will experience power, wealth, glory. He will give it all to you until one day you will feel so eaten up inside that you will no longer know who you are. You will find yourself void of all conscience, of all freedom, and can no longer look at yourself in the mirror without feeling sick.
Refuse, I tell you. From now on, say no. No!
Look, I'm sorry about what happened on the night you arrived. You're a good man, Louis. You look after yourself. As for me, I shall take back my freedom tomorrow morning. I'm through with it all.
There you go. Back in the saddle. I'm glad to hear it.
Come on. It's late. I'd like to get some rest.
Very well. I'll leave you then. See you tomorrow, monsieur.
Wow, pedazo de conversación, ¿ves? Si estuviéramos ido directamente por Washington, no hubiera estado disponible. Y lo sé porque a mí me pasó. Esta creo que es la de Napoleón y creo que esto no lo llegamos a ver, creo.
French actor Talma is Nero in Britannicus, the last emperor of the Caesar dynasty.
My dear Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January on my island to participate in the High Society meeting organized for the occasion. We shall be able to continue our discussion about our project for a new order for France. I have a proposition to make to you concerning your wish to put a strong leader at the head of France. I trust you to be discreet as to your coming. See you soon. Lord
si lo
William
pensáis,
Mortimer.
claro, a nadie le ha contado las partes finales del plan, ¿no? Salvo a nosotros. Entonces, por ejemplo, Napoleón cree que le van a entregar Francia, lo cual le va a dejar aún mejor, pero en realidad lo que quiere es darle Francia a Napoleón y luego, como Napoleón le va a deber algo por lo de los cañones, por todo lo que está haciendo para que él suba al poder, a cambio le pedirá Luisiana para Estados Unidos.
Vercingetorix throws down his arms at the feet of Julius Caesar by Royer, two great army chiefs.
Básicamente, o así es como lo veo yo, no sé, dejadme en los comentarios qué pensáis vosotros, pero vamos, a mí es a lo que me huele. Vale, por aquí no podemos entrar, así que supongo que tenemos que volver por la habitación de Perú, porque ya sabéis que a la de Emily no nos deja. Ah, ahora sí nos ha dejado entrar. Esto creo que era nada para darnos un abrojo o algo así.
My dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France
Creo que
and
esto ya lo
England.
habíamos leído, si no me equivoco. Esta es nueva, ¿no? Estimado Monsieur Bonaparte, en respuesta a su petición para consagrarse dentro de nuestra sociedad, le informo de que por desgracia no cumple los requisitos para convertirse en miembro de la Orden Dorada. Sin embargo, es un honor que haya mostrado interés en nuestras investigaciones y actividades. Estamos convencidos de que su gran interés por las ciencias ocultas le permitirán unirse en el futuro. Hasta que llegue ese momento, acepte todo nuestro aprecio, Sara de Richet. De eso no hizo ninguna mención, ¿eh? Hizo como que no nos conocía y en realidad sí.
Hannibal crossing the Alps. Another military success. Why do...
The Beaucaire dinner. It hasn't been signed yet, but there's a letter with it.
Leer la carta. Mi estimado Bonaparte, como le prometí, aquí tiene las páginas que le recomiendo que publiquen en los próximos meses. Ambos sabemos que la falta de tiempo le ha impedido redactar estas líneas usted mismo. Sin embargo, reflejan sus ideas. No debe sentirse en deuda, pues su éxito será suficiente para traer el bien a todos.
So, Bonaparte is going to publish a book that he didn't write. That crafty little rascal.
Vamos a ver quién lo ha escrito. Examinar la escritura.
It isn't signed. That's some quality paper. And that handwriting, I'd say it's Mortimer's.
Con lo cual aún va a deberle más a Mortimer.
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better. The Battle of Alexander at Issus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius. Yet another one with delusions of grandeur.
A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier.
Limpia. Vale, ya hemos mirado la de Napoleón y la de Perú. Vamos ahora por aquí a ver qué más hay, qué más se cuece. Vale, por ahí no veo nada. Creo que a la de Adams podemos ir también. Al estudio entiendo que no. Ese es el trastero, pero voy a esperar a revisar el resto de habitaciones. Von Bollner. A ver, espérate un momento el mapa. Vale, sí, o sea, sería Von Bollner, que es esta. Vale. Entiendo que está en gris porque no la hemos revisado. A ver ahora. Perú, Bonaparte. Sí, yo creo que sí. En las que no hemos entrado están en negro. Vale, eso no lo sabía. O sea, lo acabo de descubrir con vosotros. Vale.
The alchemist is a young man. The Great Work of the Soul by S. Madone. Pure alchemy is a thought, an art that is performed on the matter of the soul. Great alchemists work to transform and perfect the latter by a series of processes known as the Great Work. There are 4 phases to attain the ultimate in spiritual fulfillment.
Melanosis.
The human soul must descend, be corrupt, in order to become decomposed. It's something like what I felt when I think of what I've found out about my mother.
Leucosis.
The soul broken up must be purified by the alchemist. Nice program.
Santos.
The soul must be transformed in order to attain sublimation by the recombination of the alchemist. It's tempting.
Y el ruido.
Thus ends the great work. The incarnation of the purified spirit, the elevation of the soul, now become perfect. Its resurrection, thanks to the action of the alchemist. Except if the alchemist has bad intentions, then it's called manipulation.
Yes.
Very metaphorical as occult theories go. The human spirit being the prima materia of the alchemist.
Huh. Hortus delicarium. Esto por aquí una monedita. Uy, no me deja, está el reloj en medio.
The signs of obscurantism.
Esa obra me suena, pero no sabría deciros de quién es. Ah, jalea real, honey. Estamos un poco llenos de honey. Vale.
A table of alchemical symbols. Someone circled the zinc symbol.
Vale, el zinc está marcado.
chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Utiliza tus conocimientos. A ver, no lo voy a hacer porque ya sé cuál es. Por eso está marcado. Teatro químico. Vale, notas misteriosas. Yo supongo que serán las de Sarah o las de Mortimer. No lo sé. A ver. Las de Sarah, ¿no? A ver, que ahí hay algo. Joder, no llego. A ver, desde aquí.
Carmelite water.
Ah, mira.
They say the signs of the zodiac.
Vale, y por aquí estaría todo. Está esto, que no sé si usarlo y cogerlo o no. Querido Johan, me alegra que hayas decidido venir. Estaba seguro de que aceptaría mi invitación, a pesar de los riesgos y de conocernos muy bien. Aunque hemos superado numerosos obstáculos juntos, no puedo ocultar mis temores esta vez. Los asuntos que debemos tratar son clave. Que se una a nosotros, Johan, es un factor valiosísimo. Sigue trabajando duro y te estaré aún más orgulloso y satisfecho. Espero verlo pronto de nuevo, Gregory Hall. Que ya sabíamos que trabajaban juntos, nos lo había mencionado Boller. Cuando lo confrontamos por lo del libro. Uy. Abrojo, perfecto. Para mí el abrojo es lo más
The
útil de
alchemist
todo.
is an old man.
Amber crystals.
Perfecto. No me sirve
Golden
para nada.
elixir.
Ah, bueno. Mira, nos ha dado elixir dorado que no teníamos. Vale. Bien, bueno. Vale. A ver, ¿qué hay aquí? Jalea real. Esa es la habitación. Y esta no podemos entrar. No podemos entrar. No nos pone nada. No podemos entrar. Estamos llenos. No podemos entrar. Nada. Uy.
Amber crystals.
Ah, pensaba que era una moneda, la verdad. Vale, pues no podemos entrar a ninguna parte. Guay. ¿Cuál es la de Boulder? Ah, esta. Ya me estaba volviendo loca, digo. Bueno, bueno, bueno. Hemos sacado cosillas interesantes. Vale, pues la siguiente es la de Elizabeth Adams. Y ahí, si no me equivoco, tenemos la llave semicircular. Creo que la podemos usar. Creo que es esta, la de Elizabeth. Que bueno, aquí podéis ver cómo ha quedado la habitación después de su desaparición. Que claro, yo por la opción que escogí yo sí vi la habitación después. Algo interesante, por fin. Ámbar, ¿no?
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
¿Y la nota? Hello. Ah, notas misteriosas, vale. Creo que no hay nada nuevo, me parece. Vale, eso que ya lo habíamos visto. Esto de por aquí también. Es más que nada por si había algo más que de esto que requiriese puntitos y que no usas en el momento. Pero no, esto sí lo hice. La de John Adams y tal. Vale. Bueno, pues ya hemos abierto eso, perfecto. ¿Qué más tenemos por aquí? Uy, perdonadme. Vale, la siguiente tampoco la tenemos abierta. George Washington. Vamos a esperar porque como se supone que debe estar en su habitación, quiero probarlo lo último, ¿vale? PI's room no nos deja. ¿Por qué no? En nuestra habitación no sé si teníamos algo pendiente. Ah, sí.
Amber crystals.
Toma. Vamos, lo mismo soy la niña del ámbar, os lo digo.
Golden elixir.
Eso ya por lo menos queda desbloqueado y ya está.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
¿Algo más que haya que coger de aquí? No. ¿Alguna monedita o algo nuevo que haya aparecido por aquí? No parece. Vamos a la otra zona. A ver. Me imagino eso, que lo tengo todo, sigo teniendo todo súper lleno. Esa es la nota de este hombre, de Mortimer. Vale. Vamos a la terraza. A ver si desde la terraza podemos entrar a la habitación de Piaggi y esas cosillas. A ver, Piaggi por aquí. Tenemos ahí jalea, que estoy a tope. ¿No? Joder, qué raro. Ah, mira, esta sí nos deja. ¿Esta cuál era? ¿Godoy? Godoy. Y a la que no entramos es a la de Piaggi, ¿eh? No hay manera. Llave con el símbolo del aire. La llave con el símbolo del aire, ¿dónde la hemos visto? En el trastero, vale. Ahí hay una monedita. Bien. Vamos a estar llenos. Estantería en la que no puedo recoger cosas.
Prometheus, punished for stealing fire from the gods and giving it to man.
Traición.
Don Quixote, talking without thinking is like shooting without taking aim. I have to think about that one. The Kiss of Judas, painted by Caravaggio. This is how Judas pointed out Christ to the Roman soldiers. Can you imagine a worse betrayal?
Más traiciones.
Manuel Godoy, a painting of himself in his room. Now that's not going to help him develop a sense of modesty.
Señor Duque, aquí tiene la información que ha obtenido nuestro servicio de inteligencia. Puedo confirmar sin lugar a dudas que el señor Hay está trabajando en un acuerdo con Gran Bretaña. El objetivo parece ser el de debilitar la economía francesa y en secreto también la española mediante la confiscación de mercancía en alta mar. Nuestros fondos públicos ya se resienten debido al embargo de los productos alimenticios franceses, por lo que un tratado como este acabaría con nuestras colonias. No me cabe la menor duda de que encontrará pronto una solución diplomática. Quedo a la espera de instrucciones.
Mary Louise of Parma. How ironic having a painting of the Queen of Spain in one's room, my Lord Duke.
Fijarse en algo.
It looks like someone's hidden something on the back of this painting. It's a letter. Of course, it's written in Spanish. And it reeks of lavender. Well, well, Mr. Godoy. You seem very interested in hiding this letter. Another secret romance, I presume?
Traducir la carta.
So, let's see what it says.
Mi delicada Pepita, me siento muy culpable por estar tan lejos de ti de nuevo, aunque sea por el bien de mi país. Me siento fatal por haber tenido que marcharme tras una estúpida discusión, ya que eres la única mujer a la que amo, Josefa, para siempre. Ya te lo he dicho antes, todo lo que tengo, todo lo que puedo ofrecerte, se lo debo al afecto de la reina. Sigamos unidos, por favor, incluso en el sacrificio, por nosotros y por nuestros futuros hijos. Deja de ponerte celosa, tú eres la única que ocupa mis pensamientos. Todo lo demás es un juego, te lo juro.
It seems that the Queen isn't the only one enjoying the Lord Duke's favors. If the Queen found out, it would cost him dearly. I'll keep it with me. You never know.
Vale, objeto añadido del inventario, carta de Godoy. Todavía no hemos encontrado... Uy.
Amber.
Ah, ámbar. Pensaba otra vez que era una moneda.
Maria Louisa of Parma. Although not Godoy's true love, the Queen is his benefactress according to some people.
Ah, eso estaba diciendo justo. Que no habíamos encontrado todavía y tasca. El juego me quiere. Yo veo brillos por todas
Charles
partes.
IV of Spain. Now there's no chance of Godoy forgetting who he owes everything to.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Brutus and his companions taking an oath to kill Caesar.
Más traiciones. Bueno, a ver, suposiciones. Pero a mí eso ya me huele a por dónde va a tirar el personaje. Uy, casi suicidó a Luis. El ámbar. La verdad es que yo pensaba que a estas alturas ya podríamos entrar en las habitaciones de todo el mundo, pero parece que en la de Piaggi pues no. Vale, pues a ver, básicamente. Y por aquí nada tampoco, ¿verdad? Nada. Pues a ver. La nuestra está... La de Godoy ya está. Y creo que está en todo lo que son habitaciones, porque esta ya es la de Emily. Así que vamos rápido al trastero, usamos la llave del aire. ¿Qué llaves tenemos ahora? Por cierto, inventario. Que a mí se me van olvidando las cosas. La llave del símbolo del aire. Vale, y luego carta de Godoy, que yo entiendo que la utilizaremos para un posible chantaje. Jo, pues me queda mosca con la de pie allí. Yo pensaba que en este capítulo ya se podía visitar. La llave estaba por aquí. O sea, la llave, el cofre. Es que ahora mismo no veo
Chest
nada.
with the occult symbol representing air.
Usar la llave derecha. Vale, esto no tiene terraza. Pues... por la zona de abajo, la parte de la galería de retratos la teníamos vista ya de antes, el jardín también, que creo que no se podía entrar en él. Nos faltaría básicamente la zona del comedor y tal, supongo. Pero bueno, voy a ir con Washington. No sé si estoy cogiendo el camino más largo o el más corto. Ay, señor. La verdad es que podría mirar el mapa, porque lo miro menos de lo que debería. Ay, Luis. Espera. Ahora, perdona. Uy. Que hay que cruzar. De verdad que mi sentido de la orientación es absolutamente inexistente. Bueno, la habitación del señor presidente.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
No mientas, Luis, si lo tenemos lleno.
A map of Vermont.
A map of Vermont. Ah, nos dirá cerrado, seguro, vamos.
Locked.
Vamos a ver si está por aquí la llave. No nos deja salir a la terraza.
My dear George, I'd like to invite you to join me as planned at my place. I have a project to show you. It is time that the United States played a more important role on the world stage. I understand your reluctance of playing with fire. I know your new country is very young, but rest assured that I would do nothing to jeopardize what we have built together. I look forward to seeing you soon. Your friend, William.
A map of Connecticut.
Map of Connecticut. Ah, es... Uy. A un lado.
A map of Massachusetts.
A map of Massachusetts. Vale, por aquí no parece que haya más. Vamos a ver esta zona. Llave pequeña, ¿veis? O sea, claro, el juego te incita a ver rápido. Ábrelo ya. Y en realidad, ¿para qué? ¿Nos deja salir? No. Poquitas cosas en la habitación de aquí, en nuestro presidente.
Portrait of George Washington.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Bueno, vamos a abrir esto.
Locked.
No, ya no.
The president's personal reserve of laudanum, and judging by the quantity, he can't go without it. Ah, there's also a letter.
Estimado señor presidente, le envío mi respuesta con la mayor brevedad posible. Hablamos de este asunto desde su partida, pero veo que la situación no ha mejorado. Le pido que siga mi consejo y deje de consumir láudano de inmediato. Estoy buscando un sustituto, pero me temo que no está dispuesto a esperar. El consumo excesivo podría afectar negativamente a la posibilidad de asegurar su próximo mandato. Su adicción está perjudicando el ejercicio de sus funciones, amigo mío. Me temo que no tengo más remedio que suspender su dosis diaria, lo lamento. Atentamente, el Dr. W. Thompson. Vale, y a Ambar nos han dado también. Vale. Pues nada, no está aquí. Pues habrá que ver dónde está el hombrecillo. Oh.
Louis? What are you doing in my room?
As I walked by your room, I noticed the door was open. I wanted to check that no one had gone in.
And what is the outcome of your investigation, Inspector de Richet?
Go ahead. Laugh it off. I didn't see anyone, Mr. President.
Splendid. All is safe and sound. Well, since you're here, can I get you something to drink?
No, thank you, Mr. President.
As you wish. Well, Louis, it's getting late, and this is not my first conference, so let's get straight to the point. You are here to motivate me to change sides.
I have decided not to follow Mortimer.
I noticed. Every man must make his own choice. What can we say? That's the political game. And you did not commit to supporting Mortimer, so there's nothing for you to feel bad about. So what can I do for you?
¿Dónde está Washington? Inmunidad a la política. O sea que esto no lo vamos a usar. Mentir.
Mr. President, Lord Mortimer treats you purely and simply like the least of his pawns. He gives you no explanation and then commits you to a project from which you have nothing to gain. But you know that more than I do. Is that what siding with Mortimer is all about?
I must confess that I don't entirely understand William lately. Anyway, you haven't really said what you wanted to say. Tell me, Louis, what have you come here to sell me?
You should join home.
And why would I do that?
Protocolo. Chantajearlo con el láudano. No lo sé. Washington podría ser vulnerable al protocolo. A ver, podríamos chantajearle con el láudano y ya está. No me ha servido de nada.
I regret to have to resort to such extreme measures, but if you really care about your career, Mr. President, I must ask you to follow me.
I beg your pardon, Louis? Do I detect a threat in your voice, my boy?
You're addicted to laudanum. We both know that this is a powerful opiate that you take on a daily basis to excess. If you don't want it to be disclosed publicly, I entreat you to change sides, Mr. President.
Louis, I was wrong about you. You learn even quicker than I thought. Unfortunately, the fact that you are here trying to blackmail me only makes me cringe even more. You are now walking a dangerous path, young man. I would never give in to this sort of tactic. Do you have any persuasive arguments?
Debilitemos su fe en Mortimer.
This type of meeting might be familiar to you, but for me, I must admit, Mr. President, it's all a bit over my head.
It's only natural, Louis. But you are managing rather well for a first-timer. You've chosen the wrong allies, that's all.
I hope my mother doesn't hold it against me if I made a mistake. Anyway, if Lord Mortimer does succeed, it would be no mean feat. Did he tell you what he would gain from it?
What do you mean?
Well, Mortimer's plan has been meticulously prepared for many years, I imagine.
Of that you can be sure.
It's only natural, and his plan leaves nothing to chance.
No, that's what...
He never commits his own fortune, let alone his reputation, since you're the one who takes center stage here.
In fact...
Whether he wins or loses, everything is arranged so that he comes out of it intact.
Yes,
You've got to hand it to him, though. He's a master at putting together a plan which puts himself at no risk.
That's true. Don't worry, you can trust him.
Of course. I'll bet he's invested in a river transport company on the Mississippi or somewhere like that.
It's true I had never thought about what he might have to gain. Louis, you've convinced me. I congratulate you for your performance, because I didn't think it could happen.
I merely exposed the facts to you.
Don't spoil everything with your false modesty now. You really were very good, and that's that. In any case, I shall follow you on this one. This may well arouse Lord Mortimer's wrath, but I must put the United States before anything else. Have we finished, Louis?
Absolutely, Mr. President. I shan't keep you any longer. Allow me to take my leave.
Good night, Louis. Get some rest. Tomorrow will be a very big day.
Well, that's one thing out of the way. Only thing left to do is wait for the conference to resume tomorrow morning.
Vale, voy a intentar volver a entrar en la habitación de Piaggi. Desde la nuestra no voy a entrar, porque obviamente pone vete a la cama, probablemente termina ahí el capítulo y nos quedemos con la miel en los labios. Pero voy a probar esto. Es solamente un momento, ver si ahora ya me deja. Es que no sé por qué yo recuerdo... No sé por qué yo recordaba haber entrado en la habitación de Piaggi. A ver, estas dos son nuestras. Sí.
Good evening, Monsieur le Français.
Duchess, you're here. What a charming surprise. I'm beginning to think you can't be without me.
You have managed to penetrate my armor, sir. Am I disturbing you, perhaps?
Yo no creo que sea Emily, y os voy a decir por qué. Casualmente, hay dos habitaciones en las que no hemos podido entrar. La de Piaggi y la de Emily. Curioso, ¿no? Un poco raro. Y por cómo nos está hablando, Emily no nos habla así. Vete a dormir, Louis, no es un buen momento.
Emily, if you don't mind, I've had an exhausting day. I can hardly stand.
Are you sending me away?
No, not at all.
¿Ves? Es que esa forma de
But
expresarse...
I was thinking of going to bed, to be honest.
Would there perhaps be a little space for me in your large and cold bed?
Decídele que se marche.
Now, don't take this the wrong way, Emily, but I have to turn this proposition down, as tempting as it is. It's
No
late.
hasta que no sepas ese
It's going to be a big day tomorrow. We'd better get some rest in our rooms.
Very well, I understand.
Good night, Emily. Sleep tight.
Thank you. Same to you.
Es que su manera de hablar con nosotros no ha sido la misma que la de... O sea, no sé. Que puede que sea Emily, pero... Algo no me ha olido bien.
My friends, do not worry. I assure you that Lord Mortimer's plan will never see the light of day. I shall deal with informing our allies, but for the time being, I need you to make a stand.
What do you think about Monsieur de Richet?
I don't know yet. I feel there's great potential in him.
He looks like he can be trusted.
Why isn't he with us? He was opposed to Mortimer.
I'll wait and see. I'm still not sure of his position.
And Duchess Hillsborough, why isn't she here?
She's busy. Don't worry about her.
Oh, isn't it time to replace her?
Not so fast, sir. She is an important figure. You ought to have a little more faith in her.
What are we going to do about Washington?
He will be a hard nut to crack. On our chessboard, he is Mortimer's king.
Don't worry. Mr. President only wants one thing: to keep his dear America united. He won't jeopardize everything he has achieved on a whim.
He has been serving Mortimer for quite some time. It won't be easy to bring him around.
Yo no creo que lo hayamos conseguido tampoco.
I have asked Monsieur de Richet to approach him. Let us have faith in him. I sense that Mr. Peru is about to surprise us too.
Yet he is Mortimer's strong arm in France.
He knows his time has come, and I believe he is intelligent enough to realize it means he is no longer any use to Mortimer. Do you feel all right, Mr. Godoy? You haven't said a word.
Please, excuse me, gentlemen. I feel tired.
Oh, I see.
Y Hall
I think
también
it
lo
is
sabe,
high
se ha quedado
time
igual.
you left us then. Now!
Os voy a contar mi teoría. Esperad que termine la cinemática. Que digo, no quiero porque...
Sir, the conference is about to begin. You are expected in the conference room.
Tell them I'm coming. Thank you.
Come on, Louis. The game is back on.
¿En serio? ¿Saltamos directamente? Que yo iba a dejar el capítulo
My
y a
friends,
contaros mi
the
teoría.
conference is about to begin. Please excuse me if I troubled you last night with my project. I understand that you might well have a few questions to ask. As you know, the final vote will be cast in a few days. This morning's aim is to answer your questions and check the temperature of your respective positions.
Vale, voy a parar un segundo, porque es que quiero contároslo y es que si no se me va a olvidar. A ver, mi teoría es que igual que nosotros nos han enviado a convencer a Washington, han mandado a Emily a convencer a Napoleón. Y luego, a nosotros Mortimer ha enviado a Emma a por nosotros, a conseguirnos. ¿Qué os jugáis? Es mi teoría. No me acuerdo, la verdad, porque es que en esta parte de la historia ya en función de lo que hayas elegido cambia tanto que no... que vamos, que no lo sé. Pero para mí mi teoría es esa. Que Holm nos ha mandado, porque de hecho ha dicho, pongo la mano en el fuego por la duquesa, ¿no? Por Emily. Entonces, para mí, que a nosotros nos ha mandado por Washington y a Emily la ha mandado a por Napoleón. Porque a por Godoy no puede ser, o sea, quiero decir, en los que están en el bando de Mortimer, Perú lo hemos visto ya nosotros, y luego solo estaban Washington y Napoleón. Entonces, obviamente nos ha enviado a los dos, porque los otros estaban reunidos con él. Y luego, claro, de Mortimer, lo que os digo, es muy curioso que no nos hayan dejado entrar en la habitación de Emily, y es muy curioso que Emily, entre comillas, nos estuviera hablando de una forma tan rara, o sea, como muy sexual, muy pícara, muy le François y no sé qué. No me huele a Emily. Entonces, para mí es eso. Y que, porque te da la opción básicamente de acostarte con ella. No sé. Yo creo que por ahí van los tiros.
We may reach a greater understanding.
As always, Lord Mortimer.
We parted in perfect disagreement, my lord. Where would you like us to take it from?
Come, sir. Please let William believe he still has a chance of winning us over. Otherwise, his imprecations will lack panache, and we shall be bored stiff.
Oh, let me assure you, I am convinced that a good night's sleep has brought sound advice, and that this morning will be even more interesting. Therefore, I would like to go around the table in order to hear everyone's first impressions.
Well, I am still firmly against it, even though my choice won't count.
Against.
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 And you, Luc Manuel?
Against, of course.
Well, as for me, I am for Lord Mortimer's project, despite Duchess Hillsborough's overwhelmingly convincing nocturnal attentions.
What? So Emily was playing at trying to win over guests last night?
It was nothing more than a friendly little chat, of course.
How could it be otherwise?
Y si Emily estaba
And
con
by the
Napoleón,
way,
¿quién estaba con nosotros?
remember me to your husband when you see him. And you, President Washington, what is your position?
Well, you see, Monsieur Bonaparte, I would rather you'd have forgotten me for a minute. William, I am sorry, but I cannot follow you this time.
George? What?
I am against William. Please excuse me. I cannot commit the United States to such an enterprise. It's just too risky.
Well, that leaves just yourself and Monsieur Peru, Louis.
You're all making me sick. Look at yourselves.
What?
You are pathetic!
Have you been drinking or what?
There you are, dribbling away. My Lord Duke this, and Madame Duchess that. You know very well that we're nothing but puppets on a damn string.
Jacques, really?
Let's end the charade. It's over.
Jacques?
My lord, thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. But it didn't come for free. And now I see the price is too high to pay. I'll stop.
Come, Jacques, we'll talk it over.
No, I'm finished. I want my freedom back, my lord. I shall no longer work for you.
No voy a dejar hacerles, o sea, no voy a dejar que se pegue un tiro.
Wait!
De Richet, you just can't help it, can
Una
you?
única oportunidad.
Stop trying to play the hero, man.
Vale, tenemos que usar psicología o protocolo.
Monsieur, I know I don't really know you, but you seem like a decent person.
I have done so many horrible things.
You blame yourself, I can see that. Everything's not lost.
I don't want to do bad things anymore.
You can take control of yourself again. You can fix whatever it is you've done.
Do you really believe that?
Of course, Jacques. You'll have all the time you need.
A ver, a la hija no la podemos mencionar porque están todos ahí y él nos ha pedido que no la mencionamos. Es psicología y protocolo. Persuasión o lógica.
Jacques, you're not alone.
There's nothing you can do against him.
Of course there is. We've already started.
How can you say that knowing he's already probably gotten rid of your mother, Louis?
No, he hasn't. She's still here. She's alive, Jacques.
But...
Yes, trust me.
Protocolo, sí. Madre mía.
This is not who you are. You're better than that.
You don't know me.
Yes, I do. I know you're no coward. So give me your weapon, please.
But
There's nothing to fear. I'm right here.
I don't want him to talk to me.
Don't worry. You're safe now, Jacques.
Madre mía, qué gasto de todo en un momento.
You could have seriously hurt someone if Monsieur de Richet here hadn't stopped you. Your behavior is unacceptable. You would do better to go and rest in your apartment. My friends, we shall continue the conference later. I would like to apologize for the inexcusable behavior of my guest. We all need to recover from all of this excitement. Take the rest of the day off.
Madre mía, qué de cosas he conseguido. Es lo que os decía, no puedes mencionar a la hija porque él te ha pedido expresamente que no la menciones, que nadie tiene que saber nada sobre ella. Entonces había que buscarse las castañas por otro lado. Y creo que lo hemos jugado muy bien. Como veis, no tenemos nada fallido. Caminos alternativos, podríamos haber seguido a Lord Mortimer en lugar de a Holm, ¿vale? Pero bueno, básicamente hemos convencido a George Washington. He descubierto que Jack Sparrow haría cualquier cosa por su hija. He salvado a Jack Sparrow. No me he acostado con Emily Hillsborough. He decidido seguir a Sir Gregory Holm. He descubierto que Lord Mortimer tiene un papel que desempeñar en el ascenso de Napoleón Bonaparte. He descubierto que Sir Gregory Holm y Von Bollner están muy unidos. He desconfortado a Sarah de Richet y he participado en la conferencia. O sea, hemos hecho un montón de cosas, la verdad. Toma. Como veis es que hemos completado un montón de objetivos, hemos desbloqueado muchos rasgos. Fijaos la cantidad de rasgos de personajes revelados. Vulnerabilidades aprovechadas, hemos aprovechado un montón y hemos encontrado muchos objetos. O sea, ha sido un capítulo muy productivo. 8 puntazos. A ver, vamos a poder equiparnos 3. Tenemos lingüística. Lingüística, inquisición, agilidad, ocultismo. ¿Cuál es el que hemos ganado? Este es el que hemos conseguido, ¿vale? Y no sé si hay algo más que hayamos... Creo que hemos conseguido... Ah, supera 10 confrontaciones, perdón. 2 puntos de protocolo. Ah, amigo. Vale, por eso tenemos tanto... Bueno, pues vamos a usar uno ahí. Vale, ¿qué más? Tenemos lingüística... De Inquisición tenemos uno, así que podemos echar uno ahí. Y del resto me dan igual, la verdad. Agilidad está a tope. Política... A ver, es que ¿cuáles voy a coger yo en la siguiente? Voy a coger ocultismo, lingüística e Inquisición. Vale. Vale, quiero meterle a observación. Que esa últimamente yo no la tenía como de las importantes, pero joder, la verdad es que luego sí te la piden bastante. Y luego, ¿qué más podemos meter? Tenemos 3 puntitos. 3 puntitos. Que voy a meter a... ocultismo, que vamos bien. Espera. Yo creo que así está bien. A ver, sí que es cierto que en este capítulo distracción ha estado bastante presente. Pero bueno. A ver, es que con eso ya subimos lógica. Y al final hemos metido un puntito ahí, o sea que bien. Vale, así voy a tener ya toda esta rama y esta rama subida a nivel 2. Y de aquí me quedarían las que yo considero menos útiles. Yo creo que lo voy a dejar así. sé. Total, el reparto, pues, a ver, le he puesto 2 puntos a lógica, ¿vale? 3 puntos a observación, ¿vale? 1 punto a inquisición, 1 punto a protocolo y 1 punto a ocultismo. Vale, venga. Talento desbloqueado. Ah, mira, también hemos desbloqueado veterano. Por favor, ¿podemos parar ya que me quiero despedir?
I don't understand. I spoke to him only recently.
Monsieur Peru has lost his mind. It's obvious.
Yet another way for the French to make a spectacle of themselves. Well, once again it has worked.
My friends, let us settle down, please. We are all in shock, of course. Let us celebrate Louis's courage. He enabled us to avert a tragedy.
Yes, that was very noble of you, Louis.
You have given us all a fine lesson in courage.
Thank you.
He owes you his life. That's quite something.
That madman deserves to die.
We are providing Monsieur Peru with care, but rest assured, he is no longer a danger to himself or anyone else. I think everyone needs a little rest. Can you stay a moment?
No.
Of course.
Déjeme en paz. Déjeme. Solo quiero que me deje. A ver. Yes. Quite perfect. Ocultismo, erudición. Ay, genial. Y todavía no nos deja ver... No, los rasgos, que yo quería ver cómo íbamos, pero no. Ah, bueno, sí, hemos desbloqueado este otro talento. O sea que, perfecto. ¿Cómo va esto? Maestro ocultista. Ay, tengo que llegar a nivel 3 de manipulación. Vale, aquí nos podemos quedar. Bien. Ya estaba yo con un nivel de estrés de... Por favor, necesito parar. En fin, capítulo larguísimo. Lo siento un montón, pero es que no sabía dónde cortarlo y al final ha sido aquí una explosión. Capítulo súper interesante, muy intenso. Hemos descubierto un montonazo de cosas. Como veis, todo está empezando a removerse. Veremos a ver en qué acaba todo el tema. Por cierto, esperaos porque ahora ya me dejan los rasgos nuevos. Que ostras, fijaos la cantidad de rasgos que tenemos ahora mismo. Tenemos tenemos Salvador, consigues un punto de habilidad en psicología por haber salvado a Perú. Y Discordia, consigues un punto de política por haber convencido a George Washington durante la conferencia. Lo cual no está nada mal. Así que lo que os decía, capítulo muy intenso, como veis es muy importante explorar porque sin eso no hubiéramos sabido todo lo de Perú antes de la conferencia y saber todo eso ayuda muchísimo luego a interactuar con él. Hemos ido desentrañando un poquillo las distintas alianzas que hay entre los personajes, ¿no? Von Bollner y Gregory Holm, Godoy y toda esa sugerencia a la traición, que de hecho habéis visto que Holm también se ha dado cuenta de que algo falla con Godoy y en la propia conferencia lo ha hecho como demasiado exagerado, él por supuesto, tal y cual. Entonces ahí todo sugiere a que Godoy va a ponernos la zancadilla. Y bueno, pues eso, el tema Emily y Elizabeth, Emma, que como ya habéis visto, si Emily estaba con nosotros no podía estar a la vez con Napoleón, entonces una de las dos no era Emily, y teniendo en cuenta que eran dos personas las que había que convencer y a nosotros nos han mandado con uno, pues lo más probable es que Emily estuviera en la otra zona. O sea que lo que os digo, hay ahí mucho chanchullo, Mortimer está liándolo todo y como veis hasta qué punto ha llegado a Perú. Por eso y todo lo que hemos ido descubriendo de él en su despacho, en tal, hay que andarse con mucho ojo. Así que bueno, sin más, espero que os haya gustado y nos vemos en el próximo capítulo de The Council. Un besito a todos. Adiós.